In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Away, whoop, away, whoop, away, whoop, away, whoop, away, whoop, away, whoop.
Let's go.
Take three. Take three?
Take three.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Is Archibald ready and good to go?
You don't gotta call me Archibald.
Archibald, Glizzy, Henny Waster, Diaz.
All the names that I have.
The Joker wannabe.
The joke. I never wanted to be a Joker. Want to be.
When you dyed your hair, you was trying to be something.
No,
like
I
the Joker.
wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
I did it for charity.
Jared Leto looking.
Paul Blart replacement. All that. All right. Bring us in, man. Come on.
No, I don't want to now. You guys just killed me.
Oh, after the third time, you don't want to do it?
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of It's On Us Podcast. It's Jacob, back here with Ash,
Yo, yo.
Mr. Gabe,
You're...
and this guy, I ain't seen. Well, I seen him a little bit sooner.
I think we found him out. We might have found him outside. I don't know. He was walking past.
He had a nice ass car, so
Yes.
he was like, "Oh, let's talk to this guy."
Okay.
Mr. Julian,
Hello.
welcome back, bud.
Thank you.
One of the
Wow.
original founders of this.
So there was like 6 of us.
Yeah.
7 of us.
6, 7.
7.
There were 7.
Yeah.
There were 7.
We had a couple, like, you know, it was this whole adventure has been interesting thus far. Like, us getting to this point now is like, it took a
I'm
lot.
proud of you guys.
It took a
Oh,
lot.
thanks, man.
Oh my
Especially
gosh.
from where we started and the things we were dealing with at first to where you guys have come, especially on your own.
We had to go through a lot of turmoil to get to this space, but
Almost
What
had to smack
episode is
Jacob
this?
once or twice, but it's okay.
What episode is this?
69.
ooh, I'm getting nasty this
That.
episode 69. All right.
God help us.
No, but first and foremost, you know, we're back. It's been 2 weeks since we've been on the podcast. We've been, you know, kind of living our lives in a sense. Like, we just, summertime's here. Everybody has a schedule. You know, Clifton and John aren't here. Are there 2 main characters in the show? But, yeah. I mean, this is a show, right?
Oh yeah,
Right.
I just like how you said main characters. That's all. That's funny.
Show. Anyways, though, what's been up with you guys? Everything good?
Chilling, you know, kicking it. It's International Weekend,
Yes.
so that's gonna be fun going to.
This episode will drop on Tuesday.
Yep. So the International would already been passed, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be a great time.
The International is this weekend?
Yeah.
It's today, yeah.
Yeah.
Starts at noon.
He said, "Oh shit, I might go."
I'm going to have to go.
Yeah. I went yesterday.
Was it good? Good food?
I was coming from my softball game, so I didn't really have that much, like, cash.
Gotta walk around.
Yeah, because I think they stopped letting people in at 9 when we got there, like, 8:55.
Okay.
You
So-
need to bring cash.
I don't know.
How much are they charging to get in now?
$3.
Bucks.
Okay, it was $3 last year.
Yeah.
Just wanna
Three,
make sure.
three chickens. that's
Inflation, I don't know how that works.
But
It could've been
I'm
5
trying
this
to
time, I
not
don't know.
shower, see if I can get back in with this.
all. Ooh. Hey, different colors, different days,
They might
though?
like
Maybe?
I don't know. That's the thing.
I can let you know when I go.
Well, I don't know. Well, you gotta. Oh yeah. Well, they'll ask you if you want to get stamps because you're re-entry.
Yeah.
Smart.
But anyways, what lead me? I have a couple questions that's been on my mind. So first and foremost, self-sabotaging. You guys know what this is, right? We all do it in some sense. Like, why do you think people do this to themselves? Self-sabotage.
Because you get, I think sometimes because you could be afraid of what's coming and you don't like it, so you're just gonna stop what you're doing and be like, you know what? I don't know. I know that's kind of a different approach, but
Yeah. So have you ever experienced yourself, like, you self-sabotage
I've-
and notice, like, oh
Yes.
shit, I'm self-sabotaging myself.
yes,
What the
I've,
fuck am I
I've
doing?
noticed like when I take a break from something, or then I'm just like, I'm not gonna do it again because I've lost interest, and that's something like I'm really bad about, but I'm trying to get better on.
Yeah.
Like this podcast, I'm trying to make myself better with, you know, producing a video and doing little things and stuff like that. So just trying to be more committed into the projects that I am doing.
Okay. So I think it's more so of like us like living outside of our comfort zone, and when we get to that growing space, it's like we psych ourselves out of it, almost like I'm not deserving of this new experience that I'm about to go through, and it's like I'll just stay in my comfort, but I don't know.
I think I see that a lot, especially in today's world, where people they don't use their mind. You know, the mind is the most powerful weapon, and you have the ability to question yourself in ways that other people can't question you because you're thinking about it. You can run through 100 different scenarios in your head, and it can be a good thing or a bad thing, and you have to understand how to control that. Because if you don't, you can psych yourself out of trying a new experience because of self-sabotaging. And I see it a lot with younger people, but don't be afraid to try something new just because your mind thinks it's scary or it's not right or it's not the good thing to do.
Just level out your mic a little bit. There we go. And talk more into it.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
No, but yeah, I get your point though. So it's like, I think the awareness of self-sabotage is one thing of like you getting an experience and like, okay, I'm creating content, and then 1 week you stop doing it, and it's like, oh, okay, I can take a break. But then it gets to 2 weeks and you're like, I'm not really releasing anything. That's you self-sabotaging because like you can still do little stuff inside of those 2 weeks, but like you just disconnect completely.
The big problem I see is that people self-sabotage and they're self-aware of it, but they don't do anything.
That's the scary part.
Why?
Yeah. It's like it's right in front of you.
I try to figure that out too.
If I'm self-aware of something that's sabotaging me, it eats me away to the point to where if I don't put an action or a plan in place, even if it's something that I know is a goal that's not attainable for a year, 2 years, 3 years, if you don't start to put that thought process into play, you will never fix that problem.
But what if subconsciously that person doesn't see it and they're blinded by it?
See, and that's something I don't understand because subconsciously I have those thoughts. And maybe there's people out there that don't.
And there is.
Well, yeah, you got those people that don't have an inner conversation.
Or no one is telling them. Like, it's different for you to tell me that, like, tell yourself that. But if you were to say, hey, what you're doing is kind of, self-sabotaging, within whatever way, then I feel like it's different. But if nobody around you says nothing, I feel like that's what's kind of
and even on that,
makes
though,
it
like,
not okay. But that's why you get blinded. No one's kind of
yeah. But even if I tell you that, you might jump into defense mechanism like, oh, you're just trying to block me from what I'm doing. But in reality, I'm like, I'm your friend. I'm telling you, like, this is what's going on. So it's a choice at the end of the day. Like, you have to be aware enough to be like, this is what I'm doing. Let me stop doing this. Readjust. Do something different.
Yeah, like, I think Jacob should stop being basic and getting, frappes and whatever shit she drinks.
He has, like, the basic, like, white girl package.
It's a cold brew. Just cold coffee. That's all.
Because you're making the switch too now, huh?
So I'm trying to drink less pop, not as much coffee.
I feel like you say that every other.
Why not? Well, yeah,
months.
yeah. I have about pop, but I'm bad at it. But like,
what do you like about pop then?
I don't know. I just like pop.
Do you like sugar-free pop or regular pop?
Regular pop.
So I just tried sugar-free Sprite and Coke Zero for like the first time. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Right. I've tried Mountain Dew sugar-free. It's not that bad.
What?
It's not that
Yeah.
bad.
Mountain Dew is the worst kind of pop there is for you.
I know.
So that's why you shouldn't even be
Got a lot
drinking any of
caffeine
that.
in it.
Yeah. So that I've eaten spinach tortillas. I don't eat flour tortillas anymore. I don't eat regular bread anymore. I eat cauliflower bread. So just trying to make like improvements like that.
How is that beneficial? Cauliflower bread. I've never even heard of that.
It's just not as much as like the flour and stuff.
Low carb.
Low carb.
Is there gluten inside of it?
Yeah, I believe so.
A lot of it, or not really?
I don't know. I gotta look it up.
You would know if you cut gluten out of your diet, you'd feel different.
So I'm just making those adjustments. Starting the gym on Monday. I gotta switch up like how early I wake up and stuff like that to make sure I get good.
Yeah.
Set a good routine for myself.
And this brings me to my next topic, the concept of time and traveling in time. And I think that we all do this in our minds, but a lot of us aren't aware of that time travel, like space. Like,
are you like
hypothetically? I'm gonna cut you off real quick. We time travel every night.
Every night. Okay, so you're aware of this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how?
You sleep, and when you go to bed, what happens?
Okay.
When you go to bed and you wake up, what happens?
Time goes.
So then, what did you just do?
In that time,
you slept.
But you're not laying there the whole time feeling you're asleep. You go to bed and you wake up.
Okay.
So do you have dreams per se?
Sometimes, very rarely.
Where do you go in your dreams? Do you know?
I'll be having like old workplaces and stuff like that, or just sometimes it's just a memory.
You don't have no off the wall dreams.
Nah, not really.
Bro, I be having some random
I wish I could, like,
dreams,
like,
bro.
Plug in a
Sometimes, like-
pillow and watch it in the morning of my dream. That'd be fucking crazy. Yeah.
Do you have weird dreams, Julian?
I do sometimes, but I've learned, I used to not sleep. Like, I used to try to stay up.
I know, yeah, this dude would drink a Red Bull at like midnight.
10, yeah. And I don't know why. Like, I liked to be awake. But something that I read in a book really opened my eyes to respecting sleep a lot more. And it's made me fall asleep easier, and it's not a battle for me anymore. I can put myself to bed now. Like, if I want to go to bed, I'm going to go to bed. And the reason for that is if you get less than 6 hours of sleep a day, you lose 70% of that information that goes into your mind. Because when you sleep and you go into a deep sleep called REM sleep, your body and your mind get to a point to where it annexes all of those past experiences you had into memories. There's reasons why certain people remember certain things and certain people don't remember certain things. The more you sleep, the better you are at retaining your memory. The less you sleep, the harder it is for you to ever re-grasp.
I must have really good sleep patterns then, because I remember a lot of shit.
Yes. People that remember a lot of stuff get good amounts of sleep.
So you experienced a lot of REM sleeping.
You're saying remembering as in your dreams, or just remembering like something you did from last week or some shit like that?
So I remember 2 weeks ago I used a red pen to get a signature on a certain piece of paper.
I didn't know which aspect you were talking about.
Details.
Yeah.
No, but I say this like time traveling portal, which is what the mind is in a sense. Like, we go to sleep and then we're beings. We're human and beings.
Yes.
So like we're able to experience different realities of life. Like the metaverse is real in our mind already.
Yeah.
Right? So like you can get a whole idea sleeping on something and awaken, and if you don't get more than 6 hours or less than 6 hours, it's lost information. But if you get 6 hours exactly or more, you can apply that information that was in the dream.
I just think sleep in general. Because there are people that don't sleep.
I can't do it. I take power naps.
But to go back to kind of what you said, why do you feel like it's not time traveling when you do sleep?
I don't know. I just feel like you're not. When I think of time travel, I think of going dimensions, or not dimensions, decades, or like year, like something like that.
But what's the difference between hours then? You sleep for hours.
Because you're sleeping, you're still doing something in this current time.
Can you close your eyes and think of something from 4 or 5 years ago and visualize it? Can you see it in front of you?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
A memory.
How did you pull that memory?
Okay.
You traveled back in time.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I think people get stuck in the 24-hour cycle that we're in.
You're trying to go time travel with decades, which is not realistic.
I'm thinking
right
Back to
now.
the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've only
You're thinking
Exactly.
getting in
You
a
can only
machine
time.
and-
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
okay.
time traveling
That's fair.
based off the experience you had. But what if you can travel forward in your mind into like
The future?
like talk to your higher self or your next self, get information from that person, and bring it back to this present person?
Okay.
Could you do that?
No.
Why not?
That's when incursions occur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like almost like
There's a whole paradox, man.
yeah, like
can't
deja vu, and like I feel like those instances, like I was in a reality at one space, experienced it, and then I arrived here again. It was like almost like a loop.
Bro, like you can't. But see, time is such a. The concept of clock time is man-made. The concept of time itself is something more greater than out. I don't think anybody would ever understand, because of what you just tried to explain. Is if you could try to go into the future and talk to yourself and get information and bring it back, in some sort of way, you'd be causing like a paradox.
You think?
That's a stigma between.
Yeah.
How can two of you exist at the same time?
There's more than two of me.
And it's not possible
at the same time.
At the same time.
But that doesn't.
Now, if you went to a different universe,
You are breaking every law that exists if you're standing in front of yourself.
yes,
I'll probably freak the fuck out. But
yes,
yeah.
you are creating a paradox. Now, if you're going to a different or a parallel universe, then you can see yourself.
But you're intruding in that universe.
Yes.
You're not supposed to be there.
Exactly.
You're not understanding what I'm trying to ask. So I'm not saying physically have two people. I'm like you said, mentally. Could you talk to the other person? You don't have to see them. You don't have to know them. But could you be intellect with another human being that is you?
I'm going to say no. Because I don't fully grasp of how, like, you're talking basically, the way you're explaining is how I'm receiving it is that basically planting a seed in your mind and realizing you plant that seed when you're older type of shit.
I mean, yes and no. I'm only saying this because I just watched Buzz Lightyear. And
how did this question
for us to like no, because movies show little glimpses of like what could be and like what reality, the different.
And that's fair. That's fair.
So in Buzz Lightyear, he was able to travel at light speed, but it took him so long to get to this point. Like they said, hey, you're going to orbit this planet, come back 4 minutes and 3 seconds. That's how long the trip is. He was like, okay, 4 minutes. That's not that bad. Goes out, comes back within that 4 minutes, but he missed 4 years. So I'm like, oh, so time out in space is different from time here. So it's like he didn't age. He only aged 4 minutes, but everybody else aged 4 years. So like, do you think we're shifting to that eventually? Like us being able to travel at light speed?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get there. I mean, I think that's here's the thing about, like, if you think about time for you is not the same as time for me.
No,
we both do things at a different pace, a different measurement. You know, I may calculate something differently than you do, and time is the reason we have a standard is so people can get a grasp of where they are. Because if, say, there weren't clocks, right? How would you live your life? How would you put yourself to bed? How would you know it's bedtime? How would you know it's time to go to work?
That'd be our natural body.
Our natural body clock.
Right.
Everybody's natural body clock is different. Just like everybody's time to kick it is different. You know.
Yeah.
So or ways to kick it.
The reason clocks were created was to create a consistent structure time.
I don't know. Whoever came up with this whole like formula that we're operating on is genius level, because we've been doing it for, this programming has been going on for centuries. I'm like, I gotta talk to this person. I got to.
He got the winning formula.
He figured something out though, right? So I think us becoming more aware of it and actually doing something about it, like you said, outside in the garage. We talk a lot about stuff that we're doing, but like the action behind doing something isn't there.
No.
Some have it though. I do notice some people have it. Like if they talk about it, year from then. Like I was just talking, our guy Lewis that was on the show a couple months ago, a month ago, and like he's made adjustments since then. Like, and I'm like, oh, bro, I'm doing this now. I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, you thinking this next level now? Because a lot of people don't do that. So I feel like the ones that can do that, nothing can get in their way.
And that's where you talk about compounding ideas and setting goals. You know, some people have a hard time setting a goal that's 6 months out, a year out, 2 years out, 3 years out. If you don't do something like that, these next level things people talk about, you can't achieve that if you can't even get through the fundamentals that it took to get to the goal that you want to achieve. And that's where, you know, we talk about subconscious, conscious, being self-aware. You have to plant that seed, even if it takes 5 years for that seed to develop. If you never planted that seed, along the way, the things that are required to make that seed blossom and bloom, you're not going to do. So when that 5 year comes up and you're asking yourself, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I achieve this? Because you didn't do the things that are necessary or required to achieve that goal. People sometimes get stuck on, all right, I need to get through today. I need to get through tomorrow. Yes, you need to get through every day, one day at a time. But you can't live one day at a time. You have to plan. And, like, I got to go to the grocery store today. I haven't gone to the grocery store in 2 weeks. I've been saying that. If you don't put that thought in your mind,
that's that self-sabotage right there.
You're just going to keep going. You're just going to keep going every day, ordering out, doing takeout. You have to tell yourself these things. You have to talk about these things with yourself.
And it's just having that inner monologue, which most people have, some people don't have it, of actually doing something with their life. Like, wherever my friends are, wherever you guys are, that's completely fine. But like I said, I'm approaching this time spectrum a lot different now that I've become more aware of. Like, it's not linear. We can operate in time however we choose. You know what I mean? Like, you may be asleep by 9 o'clock, but 9 o'clock, my genius is awake working. And I'm like, okay, well, let's get to work. So I don't know. That's just a thought I had today, and I'm like, it's been like marinating for like probably a couple of days now. So
what else you got jotted down over there?
That's this Roe versus Wade. What happened 2 days ago?
Nah, we gonna
Yesterday.
we're gonna save that. We're gonna have an all ladies episode because I don't feel like
I feel like we should.
We have our I think we all have the same idea about it, that it's not good, not smart. But we're not going to touch on them because I feel like that's a subject for women to take over our mics for.
This is something that has to do with women's rights.
Right.
I don't think it has anything to do with men. I think this is a setback for women's rights, and it they need to do something about it.
Yeah.
I think we all just have to do something about our rights, our natural born rights.
Correct.
Everybody in the whole.
Yeah. Now let people.
But I mean, if it has to start with women, then we're gonna have to start with them first and make sure that they're right.
I don't know. I said this a couple episodes. I'm like, women are like the gatekeepers of everything. We're born through a woman.
Yep.
So vaginas are kind of like portals, man. I said this like a couple episodes ago, but I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, without them, where will we be?
Do you think there's a time travel portal, like somewhere here on Earth?
Say that 3 times fast.
Time travel portal, time travel, whatever. But do you think so?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely.
There's like you looked up a rock one day and just bam, you're just going to a different time.
A rock though?
It's hiding.
I would say there's portals, but it's not through time. Essentially, like you could like landslide in the canyon in the Rockies and end up in Mexico.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
That's how my dreams be. It's weird. I don't know, but yeah.
You watch Stranger Things?
Of course, I watch Stranger Things.
I've never watched Stranger
Please
Things.
watch. Viewers out there, if you haven't, I'm sure most of you guys have. So, are you opposed to watching it?
No,
that was good. How you just talked in there. That was great.
I haven't watched it really. As long as it's not weird, like the fucking shit he was talking about out there.
So,
like, I gotta stop cussing. I told girl, my bad. Girl.
No, you're good.
But so me and Shanta just tried it on one night. I'm like, let's try it, whatever. We got through the first 3 episodes, season 1. We caught up. We're caught up with everything now.
So you binge watched?
Oh, we binge watched the fuck out of that.
What got you hooked to Stranger Things?
You can cuss, but I can't see. That's like bullshit. Grandpa really blew down on me. Said, "Boy, you gonna have to stop cussing on that podcast."
I'm grown as it. No, go ahead.
But the unexpected twists that come. There's a lot of good twists that come to where it's like, oh, I like how they did that. I like that relation. I like, So that the twist for sure. And I would say it's scary, but not scary, if that makes sense. Like, it has its jump scares that will get you. I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that from this type of show, but it's good. It's smooth.
I'm always into like the sci-fi.
Oh, I love sci-fi
psychological thriller type of deal. Like Jordan Peele has a movie coming out, Nope. You seen the clip to that?
The trailer to that.
Sounds like
good.
I might have to go see that too.
I'm going to see it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's another one coming out called Smile.
Oh my
yes,
god!
I seen that.
That movie looked fucking crazy. And I was on Snapchat, like watching one of those like bizarre cooking shits or whatever. And the trailer kept coming and coming and coming. I'm like, fuck it, let me just watch this shit, bro. I'm like, next motherfucker to smile at me might get decked. I don't know, but yeah, that's fucking crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. Real quick, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Creative Genius Brand. Make sure you guys go on the website, www.creativegeniusbrand.org. Get your merch that you see that's on the table. We also have a tab for IOU, which is the podcast that we're shooting this on. Get your merch there and make sure you guys tap in.
Yeah, that's all we got. Second up.
We have to work on maybe getting potential sponsors from. I don't know.
Once we get that shit going, bro, it's to the moon.
So,
like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What else we got today, Julian? It's good to have you on, man. I feel like there's so much that we missed out on.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a while. It's been over a year since I've been on. Easily.
Yep.
Yeah, just dude. You guys know, life hit a crazy turn for me, and I had to right some wrongs and fix some things. Long story short, I made a couple mistakes, lost my job, lost my career, and life continues to go on. And I think the reason why I'm here today is because I knew everything that I did in my heart was right and not wrong. I paid the consequences for my actions, but what other people define you as can't hold you back for being true to yourself.
Period.
And I'm not going to shit on where I worked or what happened, but I was there for 9 years. I made an honest mistake, and it was a pretty bad mistake.
You're human.
Nobody died. Nobody was
okay.
hurt. I'm still here. But I was guilty before a chance to be proven innocent. They showed me that respect is not even earned in corporate America. Capitalism is definitely about numbers and money, and if you mess with that in any way, shape, or form, they will punish you. And after 9 years and working through COVID and all the crazy things that came with retail during COVID, they demoted me over a Teams call, and basically, when things got rough for me, they weren't there for me anymore. I kind of want to share this message to everyone. When something goes wrong in your life and the people that you think are supposed to be there for you should be and they're not, don't take it personal. You just need to work through it yourself, because not everybody can deal with your problems the way that you have the ability to.
Oh shit, that was
So what he just said is in the 4 agreements too. Don't take things too personal. Yeah, because
Yeah. And I did for a whole year, and I think that's part of the reason why I didn't come around so much, was because personally I was so hurt that what happened to me happened. I just couldn't function properly. After I got demoted, I had a shitty job, no car, no license. I wasn't being able to pay my bills, and they took advantage of me. They had no intention of helping me off my feet. They wanted me to figure out how to do this on my own. And I figured it out, but I figured it out the right way, and that was by opening my mind and looking at other options. I 5 months ago put my 2 weeks notice in. They told me to go home the day I put my 2 weeks notice in. Had no respect for me. Didn't want me to finish working, and that was it. I moved on. I got a new job. I am making a great amount of money compared to what they had settled on with me.
Ain't worried about nothing.
Not worried. You have to know your own worth, and if you take that and you apply it in places, people will show you different things that you didn't know existed. So don't get complacent at a job. Don't be afraid to make change. It is scary. I was comfortable there. I started this job at 16, and I did it for 9 years. The years of developing my mental aptitude for who I am as a person, I spent with this company. So when I took things so personal, it's because I was so invested in them.
Yeah.
And they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars flying me all over the country to train me and teach me how to be a better person. And when I made that mistake, for some reason it just all went out the window. And I don't understand. I don't understand where that logic came from, other than, I did some damage to a car that needed to be fixed. But
but you're still intact. You're still here.
Correct. And they didn't value me enough to show me that they cared. They put me in a position after multiple conversations. They didn't want to do anything that I had in mind. They told me what I was going to do, and unfortunately it just didn't work for my life anymore. So I had to move on.
I think that the universe removed you from a situation to give you a better one.
But the universe helped. But if you don't take that step to do it yourself, let me tell you, it took me 3 weeks to finally muster up the courage to put in my 2 weeks notice, because I loved this place so much and I was so brainwashed that I didn't want to leave.
You was a good man for that shit.
They made it comfortable enough for
but I wasn't comfortable.
Oh,
I just knew what I was doing, and they were taking advantage of me. I used to run in 4 locations, company car, credit card, phone, all that running around. They put me as a grunt full-time employee with no management allowed at a location, and they were using me. I was selling millions of dollars a year. They wanted me to still do that, but pay me as an hourly employee after I was a salary employee for 8 years. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just they completely flipped the script, and what that does to a person, it's not right. Mentally, it took me almost the whole year to just get a grasp of myself, and that's not fair to the people out there that work so hard for these companies,
putting in countless hours.
You ever read the book Outliers?
No.
So essentially what they say is, for you to perfect your craft, you have to invest 10,000 hours.
Okay.
I invested those 10,000 hours. Selling is a passion, and that's my craft. That's all I want to do is sell. I can learn other things, but to become into one of those things, you have to invest time. And time is not something that people should take for granted. It is very valuable. The time that you spend learning something, it sucks. You really want to sit there and read a bunch of books? No. But the retention, the memory, the access that it gives you to greater thought is par none.
To piggyback off that sentiment, I do agree how you just said how having that knowledge, having that to a certain extent, because I don't learn well from books. Never been a strong reader, but I've taught myself a lot to where I could be in a situation. Oh, I could do that. Let me show you, type shit. So I think we always go back to knowledge.
Experience.
Yeah, knowledge is power.
Mind. Yep.
Information is power. Knowledge is key. So, like I said, you got to emphasize on the information that you're getting, rather it's lost if you don't apply it to anything.
You gotta keep it sharpened.
Yeah, no.
Sitting here now, knowing the things I know now, I wish I could have gone back in time and told myself these things, because I would have removed myself from the toxic situation I was in so much longer before. But because I was self-sabotaging myself, I was too afraid to move forward.
Okay.
See? No, that's key, though, because I forget, I seen a post, and it was like, it was a famous painter, and he walked into a restaurant and sat down at the table, and the lady was like, "Hey, you're this famous painter," and he was like, "Yeah, can you draw me?" She was like, "Can you draw me something on this napkin?" He was like, "Yeah, of course." Does the painting, gives it to her. He was like, "How much is?" He said, "Now I'm going to charge you X amount of dollars for this." She was like, Why would you do that? What took me 40 years to learn, I gave to you in 5 minutes. So when your worth goes into play, remember that.
Correct.
You were there for 9 years. Information and the skills that you obtain now apply in different space.
Apply anywhere.
That made you lethal.
It did.
It did.
It did. I learned some of the best things from one of the best companies out there, and they don't see it that way.
Well, and that too, like, I actually had a boss tell me, like, why are you teaching me all these things? He's like, I'm teaching you how to order take. I'm teaching you how to, like, that may seem simple to you, but if you think about it in the grander things as far as resume building, he was like, look at all these different tasks you can do and different things. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, wow.
And I think, like, employers or employees or jobs, they don't emphasize enough on, like, conscientious hiring. Like, hiring with the conscience of, like, this person is good enough to do this task. Let me put him in position so he can do this. You just hire anybody to do any job.
Just have a body like, hey,
No.
you got this?
That's something that I've learned a lot, especially working in corporate America. They don't hire people based off of if they're right for the job. They hire based off of a metric. And I'll give you an example. One of the last goals at this company I was at before I left was to get 30% women and 30% minorities into all roles. And I'm not against that. But if you're not hiring people to do the right job, and you're hiring based off of a metric, You're self-sabotaging your own company. And some of these places don't see that. I used to work at a location or a job where I had to lift easily 100 pounds every 5 minutes, okay? They gave me an assistant manager, great girl, who weighed 80 pounds. She couldn't lift these. But because the company had this initiative to get, certain people in certain positions, she was there. Great person. Did everything else great. But the core of our business, 40% of it, was physical.
It's physical labor.
And I had to do it all. And I don't have a problem doing that, but then that creates a different type of advantage or disadvantage. Now we're not all sharing the same responsibility. Now we're dividing responsibility based off of who can do the job with what you're given.
See.
And that's not fair. You should be able to work with people that want to work together and can all coexist. And we all made it work. But I knew that I wasn't allowed to leave work early any day, because at any time somebody could call in one of these big heavy orders and she would call me crying that she couldn't do it. And I respected her for that.
Yeah.
But why is that got to be my problem? Employers don't understand that. They just say you're going to deal with it. And that's not how people are operated to work. And that is why the term the Great Resignation is a slap in the face, because these companies are using that term as a scapegoat to say people are leaving because this or that or whatever. They're leaving because they don't want to deal with your bullshit anymore.
And they don't have to. If
And they don't have to.
if COVID taught us anything, is that you don't need companies.
Correct.
They need you.
Correct. And some companies respect that. Some companies, you get that one bad egg that is unfortunately in charge of making these certain decisions. They don't care. And the consequences aren't something you see immediately. It's something you see that trickles down for years to come.
The trickle-down effect. Sorry, I like that word, trickle.
Take chances.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, take chances for sure. And I like how you say, who said 2020 taught us that we didn't need companies?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit, we started this podcast in 2020, bro.
My job changed overnight when COVID hit. They closed every retail location we had, and we had to tailor our sales business to a curbside delivery service overnight. The employees put that plan together, not the upper management. They didn't know what to do. So we're out here operating, doing what we need to do for them to make money, and we don't even get a thank you card. We don't get a raise. Companies are making record-breaking profits, and we're out here doing all the grunt work. That was the start of it, especially in retail and the food industry. People don't want to deal with bullshit if they're not going to get paid or respected.
And the crazy part is, like, whatever you do, whatever your job or trade, it's all customer service.
Everything. Almost everything.
Everything's customer service.
Whether you work in a cubicle by yourself or you're out selling directly to people, you're still servicing some end goal for someone.
I mean, this is a crazy way to look at it, too. Like, we're all, like, prostitutes, in a sense, right? And, it's just finding who's going to, not pimp you out. This all sounds terrible. But, yeah, like,
Who's going to pay you the most?
Who's going to pay you the most for your service?
Shit.
That's the best way to put it.
I know how much I'm worth.
But some people don't think that way, and some people don't care about that type of wealth. And I respect that. Like doctors that get their PhD and whatever they get it in. They have a wealth of knowledge, but they may not be the wealthiest.
No.
But they have knowledge, and knowledge can be power. Some people like knowledge more than they do money.
Yeah, that's why I applaud people who die with those degrees and they're on their wall and you can show them off to people, and that's fine.
To me, that doesn't do anything. And that was part of the reason why I didn't completely finish college, was because I realized that once you get into something and you have experience and history, and you sit down and talk to somebody, they can see realize real. Yeah. Everyone needs to remember that. So if you're faking yourself, and you don't even have to they can just look you in the eyes and tell. They say never judge a book by a cover, but real recognizes real. And that comes with knowledge and experience.
I told myself back in 2017, 16 maybe, I became really smart. I became smart when I dropped out of college.
I became more aware when I was given different opportunities for different jobs of like how the system, or employers work. Because I went through 3 different jobs within probably a year and a half. And
Just
it wasn't
the number.
And it wasn't like because I was bad at those jobs. I founded things that suited my life and how it was flowing.
Yeah.
And how I wanted to be treated. I had a great job. Car allowance, phone allowance, shit like that. This lady called me, talked to me down like I was her son. Like, because I messed up something. Instead of talking to me about it, she talked down to me. I looked at my supervisor and said, here's my 2 weeks, bro. He said, bro, I understand. He said, I'm sorry that she had to treat you like that. He said, I talked to her. I said, I do appreciate that, but I'm readjusting for how my life is about to be.
Correct.
He said, okay, I respect that. So that right there was like, the HR lady didn't really like that, but I told her, it is what it is. Like, but, you learn. You learn and you get that knowledge.
Yeah.
Now I have a wealth of knowledge of communicating with a bunch of different people.
Yeah, and you have to be an effective communicator too. At the end of the day, like just be able to talk to people. Like
You got to get your point across.
Communication is key.
no, all right.
Communication is key.
How I talk to you guys, and it's just like code switching in some sense. Like some people code switch too much when you get into those higher places, and I'm like, just stay true to who you are, and like you know how to talk to people.
Yeah, as long as you're not disrespectful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a way of talking to people, and there's a way of using your language to elevate your worth more and more. Like you don't have to talk a lot to people to get what you're saying.
No, and it's also how you apply yourself in things. When you are trying to build relationships or find new people, everything you do is a process. And if you take that process and you simplify it into a way that makes sense for you, it becomes easier. And I'll give you an example. Sales. Sales can be one of the hardest jobs on the planet.
I love sales.
One of the most stressful jobs on the planet. And that's why it's not for everybody. But do you want to know what somebody said to me one day? And it elevated me as a salesperson to the point to where it clicked and I never looked back? Friends buy from friends. Simplify sales to that. Friends buy from friends.
I like that concept.
You don't have to like everybody.
No,
But
you're not
if you-
supposed to like everybody.
If you take care of their needs and you can do it being a friend and not being an asshole, it doesn't matter what the price is. That alone is priceless, the value. And that's why I pick and choose who I do business with, where I go, where I shop, because I'm not going to go somewhere and spend my money on something if that person is going to treat me like shit. They don't have to be my friend.
No.
But when you take that logic and apply friends buy from friends, it makes things so much simpler. It makes it easier to talk to somebody. It helps remove that anxiety. I just want this guy to be my friend for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Think about saying that. Man, I don't want to go deal with this guy. My boss, I know as soon as I get there, he's going to cuss me out. You know what I think? I need to go there and make this guy my friend for a couple minutes.
We're going to have a transactional conversation as friends.
Yes.
Because we're taking something from each other, and then
And
after
it may
that,
not start,
Like networking.
It may not start that way, but my goal is always to finish that way.
yeah.
Like networking. Like I'm going to the international today. Like with my T-shirt, Ash made for me. Shit, I want to have business cards. I even told Chantal, I'm like, hey, I'm networking. She's like, no. I'm like, it's family time, but it's also networking time because I can do both.
Yeah.
Because if we're a podcast from Lorraine, shit, we should be there in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Represent.
Yeah. We just got to be
I'm
consistent.
so thankful you didn't put Glizzy on my shirt because if I was walking down and somebody said Glizzy, I'll be like,
But look at the clickbait and the traction.
True.
Like, what the?
That is true.
Why is Glizzy on your shirt? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, no, that's one thing. So, yeah, you got the international going on today. I got 1,002 things
you got
going on
a bunch
today.
of shit. You got 2 basketball
Me
games and a
both.
wedding.
I have. Well, once I'm done with this, I have a basketball tournament to go to. I have a wedding at 6:00. I have a game at 7, which I probably miss. So,
Who's getting married?
my wife's cousin is getting married. Yeah. So it'd be a cool wedding.
You like being able to say that?
Yeah.
My wife.
Yeah. I almost
Fancy.
said like significant other, but like that's my wife. Yeah. It's a wholesome one. Like,
Yeah.
You married
yeah, it's cool.
3 months? 3 months to your anniversary?
It's in September.
So 2? No, we're not in July yet.
3 months.
So I know I want to get married someday, but was it hard for you to put aside all of the things that men think about to become that wholesome for your wife?
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to be able to fully just
Oh,
accept
gosh.
that?
I'm 29 now, so I got married last year. I proposed 2 years prior to that, so
How long were you dating before you proposed?
like 3 years.
So what made you just say, I think I'm ready to be wholesome and pop the question?
Just because, like, you get tired of, like, just, I don't know, dealing with other energies in the world, and I'm like, this is the only energy I need, honestly.
He was excited. He was excited as hell when he bought that ring, bro. You could see it.
Yeah.
Because he hit me up. He was like, hey, can you? I was like, yeah. So we go up to the shop.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I like that one.
It's just an experience that I wish all you guys could go through. I mean, if you're open to marriage, that's cool. We know how the contract of marriage, like some people get married 5 times. I'm never doing that shit. So like, no, just go through that experience, be in that moment, and it was probably one of the best moments of my life thus far. I would imagine having a kid is like way different than that because you're bringing a whole like other you into the world.
It depends how that kid's acting. So
that's on
I'll
you
give
too.
you
I don't
that.
know. So no, but yeah, I encourage you guys. So I mean, any questions?
married.
Jacob, you're next, aren't you?
Yeah, we've been engaged we've been together.
You guys
for
are
8
already
years.
married, so
Yeah,
Y'all been engaged more than y'all been dating.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just my take on it, though.
No, I feel it. I feel it. Well, shit. Do we got anything else? Or are we gonna go into mental health?
Shit. When I get married, it's gonna be a movie.
A
I got
movie?
too
We
much
already
family.
know.
You got a big family.
I got way too
Two
much family.
fucking.
Yeah. You gonna deal with everything
Is
I
it-
deal with.
So,
Yeah,
did you
fuck
feel
them,
like there was a
like, you
limit?
and-
Like, did you have a limit in your head of how many people you wanted to invite?
Hell no, I wanted my shit at the Brown Stadium, fucking Super Bowl type of wedding. Like everybody, it's a whole.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. My life is a movie. I feel like, and I'm like, I want everybody to be celebrating this special moment with me.
I low key want to have like my wedding at like Kalahari in like their big ass like ballrooms.
That'd be
like
dope.
how we went for prom and shit.
That would be fire.
Yeah, but then you get into the spending of
Yeah,
the actual wedding, and it's like
that
$70K for a wedding,
Hey,
$100K for a wedding. You're like
20.
"Ugh."
Think about it like that: $25 to $30 per plate of food.
What did you say?
It's some weddings. It's $25 to $30 for a plate of food.
Try $100 to $150
No,
per
no.
plate.
But I've seen also some weddings where it's like that too.
Yeah.
But some also break it down by packaging. To like, yeah,
It depends on where you go.
yeah. It all depends on where you go
Yeah.
though too.
Yeah.
Because some places have this is the package that we have for the silver tablecloth, and then we got the gold tablecloth. You know, it's like you know what I mean. So you got your cheaper options, but you also do. But then you got to bring in alcohol, and how much is that going to cost, and shit like that.
I will tell you this. Do not have a wedding if you're not going to have an open bar because people will not show up.
Oh man,
I actually went.
it was a requirement for us to have because both of our families are
Drink
alcoholics
a lot.
so it's fine, right? We like to have a good time, indulge, whatever. But like, I just wanted to be open for anyone. I'm taking drinks with the people downstairs, just chilling. Like, hey, come have a drink with me.
You
Like,
just got married.
yeah, oh.
That shit was lit. Your wedding was lit.
And you know, in 3 months we'll watch our anniversary video again. I'm sure we'll both tear up about it. But like, yeah, definitely, I want to see Clifton killing it on the dance floor again.
Hell yeah.
Oh my
That
gosh.
shit was mad funny. And John.
Yes, both of them. So, yeah. You know, for anybody that wants to get married, it's completely horrible. You're happy all the time. Life is really good for you. You get to just
Get a brand new car in the
brand new
driveway.
car, brand new house. You know, just level up in life. So, I mean, if you are looking to get happy, or if you're looking to be happy, you know, marriage is one option, but you can be happy without it too.
Right.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
All right.
And
We'll
then
go
on
in.
marriage.
Yeah, we're going to our mental health aspect of the show where 1 through 10 we ask how are you feeling mentally, physically, spiritually. Jacob, you want to start?
Oh, you're just gonna be like, oh, hey, Jake, you go first. Okay, so I'm a solid 7.
Okay.
Everything's been going pretty good. Got that project coming up shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Parker's been bad ever since he turned like the whole week, just like not and that's unusual for him. So it's like, you tested me.
How old is he?
He just turned 4.
So Leanna's 4 going on 5, and I don't know what changed in her.
It's like the moon changed this past week.
Yeah.
Specifically, I'm like, Dude,
how are they behaving? Like just
he ain't listening.
Whiny. They don't listen. They just give you an attitude.
And then like this,
they ask a question, you say no, and they freak out. And I'm just like, where is this energy coming from?
and then Parker go sit on step. No, you sit on the step. You're being the rude.
Yeah,
I'm
like, who you
I will
talking
throw
to?
my shoe at you right now.
Hey.
No lie, look, I threw a ball at his face yesterday. I told Shante it was an accident. That shit was on purpose.
see.
Why do you
shit.
feel like you gotta lie to when you discipline him? I mean, that's your kid too.
Oh no, that
Throwing
no,
a ball at
no.
his face isn't discipline.
It isn't discipline. It's being a dickhead to your kid. It's legit.
That is being disciplined.
No.
Are you kidding me? Do you not know who my dad is?
I know who your dad is.
I couldn't swim at 4 years old. He threw me in a 12-foot pool.
I heard that.
Like figure it out.
And you're talking about, it was an accident. No,
No,
it's your
I
kid.
beat
If you
this
wanted
shit.
to beam him, if he's talking back,
Nah, because I seen her face. I was like, man, I'm not even going to try to get into this argument right now. I'm just like, yeah, it's accident.
but why? That's what I'm asking you. Why should that be
Because
for anybody? Like you should.
you do things like that sometimes in a relationship. You just do it. It's just
Put your pride aside.
Yeah, you put your pride aside.
That's not what I'm asking.
What are
I
you
understand
asking?
why you did it.
Okay.
But why is it an issue? It's not for you specifically, but
Okay.
why do you feel like some people
I see.
But
discipline their kid
Let
differently?
me interject on that.
I wouldn't know how to, but I do. He does get spankings though too. Like it's not like I don't discipline him. I discipline him, but like in that situation, in that time,
That's what I'm saying. Exclude Parker. I'm not talking about him.
Okay.
I'm saying why do you feel like some parents, no matter who it is, A and B, mom, dad, discipline their kid in different ways, and why like
just
how does that, like, you know what I mean? How do you coexist and make sure that you don't cross those
I
lines?
see what
Because like
you're
you
saying.
said, he gets whoopings and shit. But
there just because there's situations where it's like there are situations where I discipline him one way, and she'll be like, "Why'd you do that this way?" And I'll tell her, like, "Look, because A, B, and C." But then like she'll have a situation with him, and approach it totally different. I'm like, "Why did you do it this way?" And then she'll tell me. And there's sometimes I'll learn from it, but there's also sometimes like I do not agree. I do not agree. So in this situation, I'll just let you take over because I'm not trying to make anything worse.
Yeah, and for women, like they have a higher emotional intelligence than we do. So like how they approach situations are way different than
Right. She had to teach me, like, Jacob, don't get a tone of voice with them. Just talk to him normal. Because I even notice sometimes, like, if I get a tone or I raise my voice a little bit, his facial expression will change. I'm like, I gotta relax.
like how does he know you're
put that
upset?
fear in his heart. Fuck
They
that.
can just tell.
You could just tell.
Just tell?
You could. It's just.
It's
that,
like your dog.
It's that
It's just
parent.
a connection.
It's
They can just tell.
like how he said with the, you have a pet for so long. It's a connection you have.
Bro,
Because all
Max
they
will
know
not
is-
leave me alone since I've been in the house with this bike.
Yeah.
Like he's not left my side.
Yeah, he don't want that to happen again.
Nah.
He's like, nah, not Gabe.
No, he's like, this the last one.
But yeah, just situations like that, you can just tell.
Okay. All right.
How are you doing, Ash?
Yeah, how are you? Yeah, you ain't going. We ain't going. Neither of us are going last this episode.
Okay. No. Life is horrible. I go out to brunch every other day. Making a lot of money now.
Endless mimosas.
Endless mimosas. You know how that goes. No, life's good though. I'm probably at a 8 today. I need some food in my life, per usual.
You always need some food in your life.
Bro, we record at a certain time. Like I
Yeah,
gotta eat to start my day. But no, life's good. I got some merch dropping in July. You guys stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
I'm in a really good place right now, and I'm just trying to not self-sabotage myself anymore. That's why I brought that topic up. Take my time differently, and just appreciate being more present. That's really where I am right now. So life's good though.
I hear that.
Gabe, for you?
I mean, I started getting bit by my hand, or by a dog on my hand.
That was crazy.
It's alright, I guess. I'm having a typical. No, I shouldn't say a typical week. I'm just having a
week.
Yeah. It's just one of those weeks where you just deal with some bullshit and you just gather it up and you just put it aside.
Keep it trucking.
Yep. And you either dwell on it or you just get over it and make it a speed bump. So I would say my number's probably like a 7, like you, Jake. But I mean, outside of that, I got some family in town. I'm about to go to Cedar Point, like you said, go be a taxi, do a bunch of stupid ass
CP.
shit.
I ain't been to CP yet this summer.
Me either.
Neither
I gotta
have
get going.
I've tried in a couple of years.
Well, the Draxter's not up, so I'm not too thrilled about that. That's like the only reason.
I'm more of a Stoke City guy though.
Yeah, I guess they want to go there too. I think it's like $50 for both.
Yeah, I just enjoy being
I'm
out
not
of water.
sounds low.
Huh?
That sounds low.
I don't know. I
That sounds
didn't buy the tickets.
Hey, no.
Hey,
$50
that's even better.
100%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everything, you know, solid. I'm glad to be back after 2 weeks, like you said.
Too long. This never can happen again.
Kickball,
I'm
2-0.
sorry, guys. Oh, yeah. Kickball team, undefeated. Probably the best to ever do it.
Softball yesterday, 2-0. So, I'm getting back in the lab on my athletic shit now. So,
Okay.
Mr. Bilson, Kwaku.
Pretty good. Say I'm sitting between like a 7 and an 8. Mentally, I'm pretty good. I think the one thing that I kind of hate, but at the same time, it's a new challenge for me, is figuring out work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've only been in this job for about 6 months. We're now in the heat of construction season, so I'm at my busiest, and I want to enjoy myself. You know, I want to enjoy my time, but I also have the opportunity to make a lot of money. So I have to, you know, it's a battle because, you know, you don't want to burn yourself out by working too much, but you don't want to miss the opportunities that are out there. Yeah. I'm out walking around downtown Cleveland 3 days a week, quoting, specking restoration projects. I mean, I'm busy and it's fun, but, you know, I get off work, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything, and that's where I need to work on, you know, one, my health. I think I need to start going to the gym because I have put on, you know, quite some pounds, as you mentioned. To give an example, a year ago I was 170. I'm sitting at almost 220 right now. So I put on some weight. And,
but it's like you're happier though, which is okay,
I'm
right?
happy, but I want to be
That's like
happy.
that freshman 15.
Yeah, but I want to feel at my healthiest, and I don't right now. So, you know, I think that's why I sit between 7 and 8.
Oh, that's solid, man. Yeah, Phil.
Shout out to John.
Shout out to John and Cliff.
Shout out to John and Cliff. Oh yeah, yesterday we played Clifton's kickball team. I'm in 2 different kickball leagues now. Our team is ass. I'm not gonna lie.
That seems bad. Back to the drawing board.
Cliff said he busted y'all.
Cliff busted y'all.
Well, no, I'm saying his team. He said his team
No,
busted
his
y'all.
team. Yeah, I think the final score was like 8 to like
You
2.
trash.
No, my team is. I know what I'm capable of. But I mean, no, it's fine. That's one
carry,
loss.
You can't carry your team.
This is my first game with this team, so like
you
next week
chemistry.
Yeah,
okay.
I gotta reconstruct everything. But yeah,
we might not lose on Mondays though.
No,
Monday
I highly doubt it.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
If we keep like everybody like low key where everybody be at, like
we literally have the perfect setup. So if you guys out there viewing this, you know, want to come watch us at the Crusher Stadium
every Monday,
Yep.
6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. And for future episodes, pay attention because we will be handing out free merchandise of It's On Us podcast, along with Creative Genius and anyone else that would like to, you know, be a part of this
collab with us.
Yeah,
most definitely. So,
all right, until next time.
You're.
Hello, everyone. This clip was brought to you by our sponsor, CreativeGeniusBrand.org. That's www.creativegeniusbrand.org. If you guys go on the website, click on the tab IOU and get yourself some merch and also shop along the website to support local business. Again, thank you guys for supporting and listening.